Good evening, friends. It's Michael Gantt here, coming to you live with some special messages. I haven't been on much in the last month or so, other than my regular Monday morning radio program on Mornings with Mike. But there's been an awful lot happening, and I just thought I'd bring you up to speed as to where we are. And I wanted to talk about a very special project. I want to remind some people about a very special project that I'm involved in right now over the next few weeks and months that is very important to me. First of all, I need to let you know that one of the reasons I haven't been on very much is that having some real issues medically. Both my wife and I. My wife had two eye surgeries during the month of May. She's been suffering with glaucoma for about 35 years, and the doctor wanted to do some corrective surgery. That actually has worked very well. Her eyesight in her one eye, I think it's her left eye, is 20/20 again, and she was having very poor vision. And then in her other eye, which has sustained a great deal more damage from the glaucoma than the other, the vision improvement is not great, but it's better than it was. And she's not having to be on eye drops. She was taking eye drops 7 times a day for the last, I don't know how many years. Uh, Very difficult to manage and extremely expensive, as we are the only insurance we have is Medicare. And so she no longer has to purchase those drops and use them, and we're grateful for that. The second medical issue we've been dealing with is me. About a year ago, I developed an issue with atrial fibrillation, which means that from time to time, my heart goes all haywire and it races up to 150, 160 beats a minute, and then it drops down to about 50 beats a minute. And it's very debilitating. It's very debilitating when this is happening. I I don't have strength. I don't have the energy. I'm not able to stand up for like a full sermon and preach or anything like that. And over the last few weeks, it's been difficult. And I've been back and forth to the cardiologist, and we're trying to balance medications. Last Sunday, I ended up in the emergency room with an extremely low heartbeat. I was in big trouble. I realized sitting here in our den at our house that my heart rate was about 38 beats a minute and dropping. And so I called my son. He took me to the ER. They did some treatment. I saw my cardiologist the following day, and he has changed up some of my meds. And to be honest with you, yesterday and today, I have felt the best that I have in, I don't know, maybe 6 months. Really, really feeling good strength. Over the weekend, our middle son packed up his family, his wife and 3 children, and they took off for their new home in the state of Georgia. They both are following new career opportunities, and they've relocated to the Savannah, Georgia area. And we were helping them pack up and get ready to leave and close up the house. They're selling their house here and buying a house in Georgia. And it was an emotional time for us because we're a very tight knit family, and all of our children have been very close by, and it was emotional. I have to tell you, I had a few tears that I shed when I hugged my son and told him goodbye, and we hugged our grandchildren goodbye, and they're going to be like 1,000 miles away. But fortunately, we live in an age where travel is pretty fast, and so we hope to see them on an ongoing basis. Pray for Andrew and Hannah and Eliana, Alexander, and Nessa Louise as they start a new chapter in their life. We're very excited for them. Andrew he's an excellent chef. He has a job as a supervising sous chef down in Savannah, Georgia, on a big, I think it's a Marriott hotel. Hannah is an interpreter for the deaf. She interprets ASL. She has a job with a company that I think is based in Atlanta, and so they're kind of moving toward their careers, even though we were sad to see them go. And so that's one other thing. Another thing that I would ask you to pray about is I'm starting to do an outline for a new book. I haven't written anything in a couple of years, and something is really stirring in my spirit. And I don't really have an outline yet, don't even really have a final title, but I'll tell you what my working title is. And the working title is Tell Me the Story of Jesus and You. Tell me the story of Jesus and you. And I'll just use that as a little trailer so that you can watch out for when I make further announcements about this new book that I'm working on. So, and by the way, I'll just put this up. If you are interested in seeing some of the books that I've been working on the last 5 or 6 years, I guess, you can go to my bookstore right on my website at www.mkgantt.com/bookstore. And so you can check that out there and see what books you might be interested in. Some of them are still selling pretty well, even after 3 or 4 years. And I'm excited about that. I'm going to leave that up for a minute, and then I'll come back with and move it and give you some more information. The real important announcement that I want to make, and this is important to me. I'm excited. I was contacted several months ago by our headmaster at the Emmanuel Christian School for the Deaf in the country of Kenya. Many of you know that I worked in Kenya for more than 30 years, working on various mission projects. And the last third of that, 10 to 15 years, I've been working with the Emmanuel Christian School for the Deaf as a strategist and a fundraiser and an advocate. And last year in June, just about this time, actually a little before, I closed down my nonprofit and decided that because of health reasons and a whole bunch of other things, that I was going to back away from that, believing that we had accomplished all that we set out to accomplish, and that it was time for me to find an exit and move away and let the school go on without me. The school has grown incredibly in the last year. They have become such an important institution in their western province of Kenya that the government of Kenya has now designated them as an integrated school. And that means this: they're not only taking deaf students now they are enrolling hearing students. Their student body has exploded from like 85 students to now closing in on 200 students, 180, 185 students, I think, is the count right now. And what that is going to necessitate is the building of new facilities. And my good friend Wesley Mbuchi, the headmaster at the school, contacted me personally and said, Pastor, I know that you've gone other directions and you've backed away from building projects with us, but would you please come on board one more time and represent us in the United States? This is very, very important. They have plans drawn and they are getting ready to begin construction on a new classroom building to accommodate all of their new students. It's going to cost them $95,000. And so I can't say no to Wesley. I can't say no to the children there. And so, of course, I agreed. I agreed that I would come on and I would see what I could do to help them raise that money. Most of my fundraising now is done exactly the way you're seeing it. It's social media, it's personal contacts when I travel and preach, and videos and social media posts such as this. I want to tell you, I was blessed last week, I think Tuesday of this past week. I mailed off the first check to Deaf Ministries International for application to the school's account, $6,350. And honest to goodness, we raised it in one weekend. And just exciting. And the wonderful thing about it is that as soon as I announced that I was going to be coming on board with the school as a fundraiser, as an advocate for the school, I received a contact from a friend who said, I will give you a matching gift, I will match every dollar you raise up to the amount of $30,000. So if you do some quick math, that $6,350 gift that we mailed off last Tuesday automatically became worth almost $13,000. So this is a very doable thing. We've done it in the past for the school. We've been able to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this is one of the premier special needs schools in all of Africa. And they have grown in their influence. They have they have grown in such a powerful way in terms of influence the local community, and we're just excited to be a part of it. Trying to get the right label across the bottom so you can get the information. And I'm pushing buttons and talking to you and watching at the same time, and I'm getting confused. Anyway, uh, I believe we can do this. And over the years, I have appealed to people and shared with them, look, I'm not asking you to send me a big gift. I'm asking you to do something. I'm actually asking you to do two things. One of the things I'm asking you to do is to give a gift of any size: $5, $10, $500, $1,000. Maybe you're like my friend and you can give us another $30,000 matching gift, and we can do this thing in short order. I don't know, but every every gift counts. I'm not a high pressure fundraiser. I don't even enjoy fundraising, but I will for something that I'm committed to and something I'm sold to. And the Emmanuel Christian School for the Deaf is one of those things that I'm absolutely sold out to. So on the bottom of your screen right now, you're seeing a web address, and it simply says www.mkgant.com/special projects. Write that down and go check it out. It gives you some pictures. It shows you what we've done, shows you some pictures of the student body, the staff, and various things. And it explains to you why. There's even a drawing, an architect's drawing of the building that we're attempting to build. And so I'm reaching out. I have friends on all levels of social media. This is going out to Facebook. It's going out to YouTube. It's going out to another platform called Twitch. It'll be on my social media Twitter account, my Instagram account, my Facebook account, our church site. It's everywhere because I really want to get this done. And with the check that we were able to send Wesley this past week, he's going to be able to start digging the foundation. They're going to start doing the prep work on the property to get ready to build this building. They need when we come to fall, when the next part of the school year moves around, they need to be in that building. So this is of importance. So I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask you to pray about it. I'm going to ask you to pray. God, would you first of all, would you have me to contribute toward this? Everybody can't contribute toward everything. And I know if you're like me, you get invitations to give money every day in your email and your letterbox and everything else. And I know that. And not everybody can give to everything. But I believe everybody can do something somewhere. And so I would ask you to pray and say, God, do you want me to be a part of this? Do you want me to make this kind of an investment in the lives of deaf children and hearing children in very rural East Africa? And if you do, then ask him how much. How much? How much do you want me to give? Don't, some people that go, well, I'm going to show my faith and I'm going to give a gift of 5 times what I can afford. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ask God, and ask God to tell you, what do you want me to do? And then if you go to this page, this website that I've given you there, you'll find on that page, you will find instructions as to how you can give a gift that will help to build this new building. You can give on PayPal. You can give by credit card. You can write a check. I don't have accounts anymore for Kenyan Development Fund, so our church, Agape Christian Fellowship, is acting like a banker for us. And so any donations that come in, they come into the church. They come in on the church's electronic giving. They come into checks mailed to the church. All of that information is on that website, and you can find out how to give there. But every penny that comes into the church that's marked for, I tell people, do this: mark in the memo, either on PayPal, credit card, or check, mark in the memo ICSD, Emmanuel Christian School for the Deaf. Just mark ICSD, and it will go into that account, and they will write a check out to Deaf Ministries International, and it will go out and be applied to this school project. Listen, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I appreciate you spending these moments with me here. I know that many of you know how excited I am about the work we've been able to do among the deaf in Western Kenya. It's been a real blessing. It is something. I love the children. I'm like a grandfather to them, and they're like grandchildren to me. And so I'm making an appeal. It's not high pressure. I'm not telling you to give a big gift on your credit card and don't make your house payment or something. Ask God. Ask God if you should give something. Ask God how much you should give, and then go to the website that you see at the bottom of the page here and check it out. It'll give you all the information you need to send a gift and to help us to accomplish this. I hope to be able to come back in a week or so and say, hey, we sent another $6,000 check off or $10,000 check off or whatever it is that God provides. It is as God provides. Thank you for listening to me. God bless you. For those of you who follow me, I'll see you Monday morning on Monday Mornings with Mike right here on my Facebook page and YouTube page and on WLPV FM radio out of Greenfield, Massachusetts. God bless you. We'll see you again.